was a bit difficult game. We kind of anticipated it. First half was erratic at best. Second half we played a little better.
So what was your opinion of the flagrant 2? Do you think they got that right?
Yeah.
You feared that Bynum might get suspended?
No.
What did you see on the play? Was he upset about the previous possession?
You know, I just thought he must have been, you know, either that or he was going to go block the shot and he knew he was too late, and so he just bumped him. You know, just gave up on the block. But he didn't try for the ball.
That's usually the flagrant, I guess.
Well, you know, not always. You know, Nowitzki did that to Shannon last Saturday night in Dallas. It was just a common foul. So it's not always like that. You know, he didn't even try to get the ball. He just went through and hit it. But he didn't do it in a way that it was malicious. He just stopped his penetration. But Andrews looked bad and the kid fell hard.
Shannon started the second half as shooting guard. Kobe came out of the locker room late. What was going on there?
Kobe was detained.
Okay.
All right.
Is
he okay, Phil? Okay, he got whacked in the jaw. Was that anything?
I think it looked like he got more than the jaw. I don't know. That was one play. The last play when he lost the ball, it looked like he got whacked across the arm. So I don't know what probably hurts the most.
Detained like he knocked over a liquor store?
I don't think that's detaining, is it?
I mean, you would be.
Detaining
Was
is to
he
be
indisposed?
delayed. Delayed.
Dallas lost tonight, which moves you guys into sole possession second place. Is that significant at this point of the year?
Well, the significance will be if we have a chance to beat them and beat them probably at home. That'll be a real head-on-head kind of opportunity to not only, you know, take the series setting, but also have an opportunity to step ahead of them maybe at that time. I don't know what event that happens, how many games down the road it is, because I'm not keeping that close a track. We're just trying to focus Portland, Phoenix, you know, those are the next two down the road here at home. So, you know, we want to, you know, bring our game back, elevate our game again.
So how is the ankle affecting Kobe's play? What do you see?
Well, I don't know if you'll use it as an excuse, but I thought that, you know, he was, you know, his timing was off. You know, his shooting was off. He found a little range at the end of the half, but, you know, was he 7 for 19? You know, that's not respectable for, you know.
17.
Yeah, it's, but, you know, his effort was good. You know, he got lost on Johnson a number of times, and Johnson took advantage of it. So I think that there were some things there that allowed him not to be as quick as he'd like to be.
Would this kind of make you feel inclined to suggest him scaling back a little bit in terms of
Oh, we'll talk
minutes
about
or
it tomorrow. We'll talk about it. I'm sure he's going to say no.
Right.
We'll definitely talk about it and see, you know, exactly how he's doing. If there's anything bothered him about tonight's game.
Earlier in the season, Ron Artest made some, I guess, derisive comments about Mike Beasley, saying that he could be so much better as a basketball player. Tonight, there's a lot of jawing going on. Ron got a technical foul with you know, interacting with Beasley. Are you comfortable with him taking that approach when he's going up against the guy?
I thought Ron got a little out of character there. We had a talk at halftime. He got back and, you know, I thought played, you know, second half in character again. You know, there was some disrespectful things going on out there that'll happen sometimes, and I think it upset Ron a little bit. But you know, I think ultimately he got back and did the job defensively that we wanted to see done.
How do you evaluate Powell's game sort of as a whole?
Yeah, he's such a nifty offensive player. That, you know, it's just on a night like tonight, we could have just really struggled if no one else had an offensive game besides, you know, Powell. Lamar didn't shoot the ball well. Kobe didn't shoot the ball well. Steve and Shannon had a little bit of an impact off the bench, but you know, Powell kind of carried us, kept us going along. Defensively, you know, still has work cut out. You know, he used to be the best guy we had out there on screen rolls, and you know, that's part of his game. He's got to get back now and again, and you know, get back to being that kind of guy that stops people on screen rolls. And rebound wise, he hasn't been in double figure rebounding for 3 or 4 games, has he?
At least. How much of that is a function of Andrew?
Some of it is. You know, obviously Andrew's, taking a lot of defensive rebounds away. But, he still spent a lot of time out there on the floor without Andrew on the court.
How much of, Kobe's struggling and shooting the ball, but he, with that post-game shoot in Miami, or workout that he
Yeah.
had, does that sort of tell you that, I mean, he's kind of trying to search for something that's missing?
No.
I look ahead a little bit, the Portland Trailblazers have had so many injuries over
Yeah.
the last 3-4 seasons. Have you ever had a situation like that as head coach? I know Andrews had his moments, Shaquille had his moments, but just that many injuries?
Yeah, we had a few, 4 seasons ago. Had a number of injuries. Kobe, Luke, Lamar, shoulder. Number of guys went down in that season. We had a real hard time coming back in March and playing. And Kobe ran off and started shooting, getting 50-point games in a row. And at some point when he saw everybody was so beleaguered, he started taking it all on himself. You remember that period of
Yeah,
time?
I do remember. How difficult does that make your job? Because that's something you can't really control.
Well, I mean, the function of a team is to have backup players. You want to have 2 or 3 guys behind the position. And that's what you start a season with. If you have an injury to a starter, you have someone that replaces it. He may not be as good. He may be better in some aspects of the game. But, as a functional coming off the bench player, he has a different role than as a starter. But what happens is then if, you start deteriorating and other people start getting hurt along the way, and then your backups become, people are playing out of position. During that period of time, I think I had Aaron McKee one time playing power forward. He's 6'4". During that, we played in Philadelphia, I think, at that period of time, and we, had really breakdown situations where we couldn't even cover our power forward situation. So, there'll be times like that when you just have to rely on, zones or, something just to get you through.
You guys aren't known as a tough team, but a game like tonight, are you tougher after tonight? We got Bynum doing what he did, Ron not backing down from Beasley. I mean, is this a tougher little event here?
I'd probably disagree with your comment there. I think that, we're a very tough team. Where we're not tough, we're not known to be tough, is with our bigs. But all our other guys, Kobe, Fish, Ron,
Sure.
are
Yeah,
tough guys.
Sure, I guess Bynum specifically. I mean, you don't want to see a guy get kicked out, but
No.
he's...
And Andrews, I don't want to change character of people, but, I just want them to be firm. We have a team that plays physically and can do that very, very well. But, as far as bigs taking it to us, we've had a couple games where they have this year, and, we've had to go and, get ourselves back in order, so to speak, and come out and play a little harder as a big unit inside, and that's important to us because that's where the game's won, usually between the lines.
It was what Drew did, would you define that as a tough play
No.
as a coach?
How would you?
Frustrated play. He was frustrated. He got fouled, didn't get fouled, whatever happened on the play before, it was kind of a frustrated play, and he reacted in a way which I'm sure, the league will look at and wonder.
Even though it's a negative circumstance, did you see them seem to kind of feed off that energy?
Who's
the
they?
rest of the team?
I think the crowd did, because the crowd got into it. I think that helped us out.
Right.
And I think the crowd helps us out whenever they get into the game, and, that's good.
When Kobe got hit on it, or collided heads with
Yeah.
Webster, seemed for a little bit there to shoot the ball pretty well. And if I remember correctly, almost the same thing happened when he came back from that ankle injury in Dallas. I mean, he hit at least
Hit a
one.
shot.
Yeah. Is there anything, do you see that as, is there any cause effect there?
I think
or,
that changes a lot of guys. I mean, it's not unusual for that to happen. And, you always always used to say, don't wake up the big fella when we played against Chamberlain, don't, go in there and foul him too hard in a situation where you're trying to stop him from making it dunk. Because then you get animated in a game and change the whole course of the game. And, there's a lot of players that are like that step their game up, but when it gets to be on the line, so to speak.